Sir, they trust you. With just one instruction, this problem will disappear.
You do not understand, Jennifer. This case is bigger than you, bigger than me.
Fidelis, you're the NDLEA boss. You can make this happen. See, Mr. Fidelis, life is not that hard. If you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Can't you do this for me?
In early 1990s Nigeria, that single question would cost a powerful man his career, expose the underbelly of the war on drugs, and entangle a Nigerian trafficker with the United States government. This is not just the story of a drug suspect named Greg Odilibe. It is the story of how narcotics influence celebrity culture and military power collided in Nigeria's fragile transition years. It is a story about institutions tested, reputations destroyed, and questions that remain unanswered decades later. I am O.D. Godwin Agbaka, and this is a documentary for Everything Sociology 24. If you value deeply researched Nigerian history, kindly subscribe and stay with us. In the early 1990s, United States federal prosecutors in Baltimore indicted a Nigerian man named Gregory Odilibe. According to court records, Odilibe and his brother Sonny were identified as key suppliers in an international heroin trafficking conspiracy. The allegation was specific and severe. More than 60 kilograms of heroin were said to have been imported into the United States from Nigeria, Singapore, and Thailand. Couriers, often called swallowers, carried the drugs internally across borders. This was not rumor. It was a United States federal indictment built on surveillance, arrest, and confession. In 1992, Nigerian authorities arrested Greg Odilibe. The United States formally requested his extradition, but Nigeria said no. A magistrate court rejected the request, triggering diplomatic tension between Abuja and Washington. The case escalated beyond the judiciary. Eventually, Nigeria's president intervened directly, ordering Odilibe's extradition. This intervention alone raised an uncomfortable question. Why did the drug suspect require presidential involvement? To understand the Nigerian side of this story, we must understand Fidelis Oyakhilome. Oyakhilome was not a minor figure. He was a senior police officer, former chief superintendent of police in Rivers State, later military governor of Rivers State in 1984 under the Buhari's regime. In 1988, he was appointed chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the NDLEA. At the time, the NDLEA was Nigeria's frontline response to global narcotics pressure, and by most accounts, Oyakhilome was effective until 1991. Jennifer Madike, formerly known as Uju Madike, was a Lagos socialite with access, charm, and ambition. Jennifer Madike's maiden name was Jennifer Jaiyeola. She came from a respectable background. Her father was a lecturer at Alvan Ikoku College of Education. She attended Owerri Girls Secondary School, where classmates describe her as striking, mature, and visibly drawn to wealth. She studied medical laboratory technology in West Germany. She was married to Dr. Johnny Ukaigwe, a medical professional. The marriage produced 4 children before it ended in divorce. This early marital history is often omitted, but it shaped both her financial pressures and her later proximity to power. By the late 1980s, Jennifer Madike was deeply connected to Nigeria's elite.
Jennifer, you look radiant.
In October 1990, Jennifer celebrated her 31st birthday at the Lagoon restaurant on Victoria Island. It was lavish and the guest list mattered. Amongst those present were Fidelis Oyakhilome and Professor Olikoye Ransom Kuti, then the Minister of Health. Photographs from that night would later become evidence.
I have been informed that your family is under pressure. These matters can be settled quietly, if handled the right way.
You are asking for 1 million naira. Do you understand what that means?
I understand exactly what it means. In times like this, influence is more valuable than money.
Jennifer, and you think you have this influence?
Can you see for yourself? I move in serious circles. I do not make empty promises.
Wow, that's you at a party with known dignitaries, but if this fails, we lose everything. We will pay you 800,000 naira, not all at once.
You can pay in 4 installments. Do not delay and be fast about it.
According to investigative reports later published by Concord and Newswatch magazines, Jennifer Madike contacted relatives of Greg Odilibe. She allegedly told them that for 1 million naira, she could secure the release of detained associate and reverse Odilibe's wanted status. In 1990, 1 million naira was a fortune. Adjusted for inflation and devaluation, it equals roughly 590 million naira today. To prove her access, she showed photographs of herself with Oyakilomi and other senior officials. The Odilibe associate paid 800,000 naira in 4 installments.
Sir, the news is everywhere now. The 2 drug barons walked free at dawn. Free as in how? I never signed that order. But the release memo bears your seal. Then it was stolen or forged. Either way, it was not my will.
Shortly after the money allegedly changed hands, 2 suspected Odilibe's associates were released from NDLEA's custody. Oyakilomi later claimed he did not authorize their release. When he discovered it, he ordered their immediate rearrest, but damage had already been done. Jennifer later approached Oyakilomi directly. She allegedly urged him to drop the case, claiming Odilibe was working for influential figures within the Babangida'S regime. Oyakilomi refused. Jennifer then escalated the claim, telling him she was sent by First Lady Maryam Babangida. Unsettled, Oyakilomi contacted the First Lady himself. Maryam Babangida denied knowing Jennifer. A day before Jennifer's arrest, Oyakilomi recorded a conversation with her. In it, she denied collecting money from drug traffickers and claimed she was being pressured to admit it. The following day, she was arrested. From detention, Jennifer Madike filed an affidavit. Her claim was explosive. She alleged that Oyakilomi initiated contact with the Odilibe family, requested 1 million naira, and received 600,000 naira through her. She further claimed that Oyakilomi was chairman of BioAfrica Ventures Limited, her company, which handled NDLEA's contracts during his tenure. Oyakilomi admitted knowing Jennifer for over a decade. He said her parents entrusted her to his family in 1981 after her marriage collapsed and her life was allegedly threatened. He denied every allegation of bribery. Regarding BioAfrica Ventures, he said he joined only after retiring as Deputy Inspector General when he was no longer a public servant. Oyakilomi reported the matter to Vice President Augustus Akiomu. He believed the facts cleared him, but the Babangida regime saw something else. The scandal was damaging Nigeria's international image, especially under the United States' pressure on drugs. The solution was political, not judicial. On March 8, 1991, Nigerian Television Authority made the announcement. Fidelis Oyakilomi was suspended indefinitely as chairman of the NDLEA. No trial, no conviction, just a mere removal. Jennifer Madike was formally arraigned on a 12-count charge of stealing. The charges were read in court by Bayo Manua. Throughout the trial, she maintained her innocence. Her cousin, Ms. Doris Obi, who was serving as a youth corper at the time, became one of the most vocal defenders in court, insisting Jennifer was being used as a scapegoat in a much larger power struggle. While incarcerated, Jennifer Madike met her second husband, a retired Nigerian naval commander, himself a widower. Their relationship began during her imprisonment and later led to marriage after her release. However, the marriage ended in a sour note, adding another layer of personal collapse to an already turbulent public life. Following her release, Jennifer Madike withdrew from public society life. She became a pastor in Benin City, ministering at a church known as Life Bible Church.
Before I open the word today, I have to open my life. Many of you see this white suit, you see the pastor title. Praise the Lord, somebody. You see me as a woman who seems to have walked with God since birth. But the woman you see today wasn't the same 15 years ago, and I was living in sin. I was wasting my life in Lagos, living a life of absolute promiscuity. I thought I was living, I didn't know I was dying. So if you think your past is too loud for God to hear your prayer, look at me. I was a sinner now washed in the blood.
She passed on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2017. Her demise marked the quiet end of one of the most controversial civilian figures connected to Nigeria's early war on drugs. The NDLEA affair sits at the intersection of crime, governance, and credibility. It asks a hard question: can institutions fight crime when power itself is compromised? That question remains relevant today. This documentary was motivated by historical research credited to Mr. Greg Nwoko, narrated by Odi Godwin Agbaka for Everything Sociology 24. If you value evidence-driven Nigerian history, kindly subscribe, share, and join the conversation, because history is not just what happened, it is what we choose to confront. Thank you for watching.